Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2020. Welcome back to the PMDG 777-300ER today in one of my favorite liveries for the 777 ever, the all black Air New Zealand livery. We're parked on the stand here at Kansai International in Japan, and as you can see, all of the prep is already happening. So we have FS to crew for the 777, SOP1 running, pre-flight events are happening, so our first officer is busy setting things up in the cockpit already, and all of the fueling and loading is happening. We've got about 10-12 minutes left on the fueling being, or on the fuel being uplifted to the aircraft as well, and naturally, as it is Air New Zealand, we're taking the aircraft down to Auckland today, which is, we're looking at about just under 11 hours flight time, maybe 10.5-ish hours. And I'm going to be flying obviously with FS to crew. We're using FS to crew's Pushback Express for the pushback. I'm also using Beyond the ATC for the traffic that you see around, as well as our ATC simulation. So that's the plan for today. Let's jump aboard. Oh, I'm also using Active Sky for the weather. So all that's left is to jump aboard and start getting things prepped for our flight down to Auckland. Right, so as you can see, our first officer has already started some of the tasks of getting the aircraft set up. Our turnaround is running, so we have all of the various things, loading, fueling, and so on. About 41 minutes left before we depart. Okay, if we have a look at our plan for today. Okay, so we are Air New Zealand 98 Heavy today, and we're looking at a zero fuel weight of 207.7, which I still actually need to load through here. So let's do that quickly. First officer hasn't turned this on yet, so that doesn't matter just yet. We need to go in here. So I will set the payload from SimBrief. Okay, so this is what I wasn't sure, because on the auto ground ops, it gives us the option to put in the fuel, but nothing to do with the weight. So I'm not sure. Yeah, the fueling is happening. Unless after this it asks us for zero fuel weight. Okay, I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, let's let that continue. So zero fuel weight 207.7, the takeoff weight of around 300 tons. Okay, fuel on board today, we're putting in 93,200 kgs. And initial cruise is 33,000 feet, ending up at 37. Alternate Christchurch, which we'll do at flight level 400. It's 426 miles. Cost index today is 15. Oh, I should have gone here. Total reserves 11. Okay, departing, we are expecting to depart from runway 24 and to arrive on 23 left. Cool. If I go in here, yeah, this is changing, but I believe that's because of the fuel. Okay, let's start doing our checks. So you can hear the first officer.
I'm out for the walk around.
There we go. She's going to do the walk around. Right, engine oil. Quantity 2626. Now, I don't know if this is actually percentage. I doubt it. Because if I look here, engine oil looks perfectly fine. So it's obviously not a percentage. So that's good. Okay, everything here kind of makes sense. What I will do is, okay, she just clicked that before she left, so that's great. Okay, so I need to actually select this as our route. While that's happening, let's come in here and do this on this side. Okay, we have our route. Let's get that loading. I've never actually used this automated ground ops before, but I thought I'd give it a try, because it's kind of cool that it automatically brings up all the vehicles and things like at the correct time. It uplifts the fuel. I'm just hoping that there's a way that we can get the correct weights in there. Right, so we've set up all of that. QNH 1025. Okay, this we're gonna wait until everything's done. So let's go here and set this up. Now I can't remember what we actually looked at earlier. Okay, so we're expecting 24 right with a Kitten 2 departure. 24 right, Kitten 2, and we go to, it's Tonda or Yosak. I don't think we go to either of those. Okay, let's leave it blank and we'll see what ATC says, because obviously we got to contact them anyway. Right, IRS is aligned already, it seems. Let's see if I can actually do this. So 24 right, that's fine. So this we're expecting to be around 300 tons. I do this, what happens? Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, flaps 5 to be expected, selected temperature of 53, so we can put that in. Flaps 5. Trim of 4.5, then 73, 77,
the security
79.
and safety checks are all done. Are you good to start boarding?
Yes, please. Go for it. Clear to start boarding.
Thanks.
Okay, cool. 73. I think I can't put these in until I've actually accepted this stuff, which kind of makes sense. So let's just put it in then, why not? This we should actually be starting at 3.3. Okay, wow, that's much lower. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Seven. Cool. That's now done. That's correct. Okay, that looks better. And now if I go here, do I get this one? Yes, I do. Okay, oxygen instruments. Okay, 179, so that'll be 184. Flight director, that one's already on. Pop B's on, we'll get clearance shortly. Okay, let's go here. Okay, and then we are doing Kitten 2. Does it have any particular... So it transitioned out 14. Cool. It doesn't seem like we're taking either of these. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Maybe they'll just give us an altitude as part of the clearance. Okay, so we are Air New Zealand 98 heavy. And it's Kansai to Auckland. We're expecting runway 24 right. It's just over here. Okay, expecting 24 right with the Kitten 2 departure. Is that correct? Yes. Kansai delivery, good morning. Air New Zealand 98 Heavy, IFR to Auckland, ready to copy. Beyond ATT takes quite long now.
New Zealand 98 Heavy, Kansai delivery, expect runway 24 left, Kitten 2 departure, with the Tomo transition, initial climb to 6,000 feet. Squawk 5143.
Yeah, runway 24 left, Kitten 2 departure with a Tomo transition, initial climb 6,000 feet, squawk 5143. That's probably not gonna work.
New Zealand 98 Heavy, read back correct.
Wow, okay, it actually did get it.
Ground 121.65 when ready for pushback or engine start.
12165, Air New Zealand 98 Heavy. Okay, so runway's changed. So that's the first thing we need to fix. It is 24 with the Kitten. He said Tomo transition. We don't have that. Yeah, there's Tomo, but we don't have a Tomo transition procedure. Yeah, none of this mentions Tomo, so either there's a Tomo departure. There's no other Kitten 2, right? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so yeah, we don't have that transition. Okay, that's kind of awkward. Alright, let's just go here. So now we're 2-1 left. So we're gonna go, sorry, 2-4 left. So we're gonna go all the way to this side. Right. Okay, so we're gonna leave that as is. Okay, let's come back in here. Go to performance, change this to 2-4 left. It should be fairly similar. Okay, 71, 76, 80. Selected tempo of 35, so it's changed a lot. Okay, what did I say? 71, 76, 80. And I forgot. Oh, missed. That when I go and do this, it might actually delete div speeds. I thought so. Okay, cool. That's actually done now. And we have that. Perfect. Okay, then squawk we need to set. So our squawk code is 5143. So this should be on standby. I forget that it defaults to on. Okay, that's good. Let's see what's happening here. At least this is correct now. I don't know how we're going to get the correct weight in here. In fact, where do I even see that? So our gross weight is currently 264. And that should be around 300 when we're done fueling, because that's obviously everything. See, I wonder if putting it in here is what did it. So that I could understand, typing in that zero fuel weight. Guess we will see. Okay, let's go through our checklist. Pre-flight checklist.
Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Set and checked.
Heading 060. Altimeter 1027. Parking brake.
Set.
Fuel control switches.
Cuts off. Cuts off.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, so we've still got quite a bit of time to wait for our fueling to be completed. And other than that, we are almost good. I think I've got everything set up here. this we'll go through just now. So what I can do so long is we can just set up for our pushback, because we know we're going this way now. So let's get this on. Okay, that looks kind of good, so we can switch that off, and now that's all set up. So I think oh, I can also set this to 6,000 because that's our initial clearance, and then we'll wait for some of this stuff to finish, and I will join you again just now when we have some more prep to do. Okay, so everything is now set up and we are just about ready to go. That should actually be an RTO. I've double checked that our weights and everything are correct. Please remove all ground equipment. Okay, so it's just the before start procedure, and then we can call for push and start. Flight deck to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We will be ready shortly.
Roger.
Before start procedure. Before start procedure. Okay, windows are closed. I just need to set the trim, so we're 4.5 like so.
Runway 24 left taxi via Tango, Sierra 4, Juliet 3, Sierra 1, Romeo, Echo 9er,
And we're good to go.
Juliet 1, Alpha, Alpha 2. Runway 24 left taxi via Tango, Sierra 4, Juliet 3, Sierra 1, Romeo, Echo 9er, Lima,
Okay, we'll start for, or ask for push and start clearance.
Beach 193.
Start sequence is right then left.
Checked.
Ground Air New Zealand 9-8 heavy, ready for push and start. Should face east.
New Zealand 9-8 heavy, Kansai ground, pushback and engine start approved.
Face south.
Face south.
Yeah, okay, cool. I don't know why I turned that, it makes no difference. Push and start approved, face south, Air New Zealand 9-8 heavy. Okay, because if we look here, yeah, I suppose we're facing that way, so yeah, makes sense. Okay. Flight deck to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start. We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Brakes released.
Pushing back.
Start engine 2.
are cleared for high neg, start your engines at your discretion.
Start engine 1.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Brake set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is
Oil
clear.
pressure.
We will see you on the left side with the pin.
Okay, to disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Is this issue? Display select panel. Oh, why can't I change this? Hey, why is this not working? Oh, is it maybe this?
Ladies and gentlemen, all portable electronic
Aha,
equipment
that's gone.
and mobile
Cool.
phones should be switched off as we are now about to start our pre-flight safety briefing.
Flaps
We are
fire.
now going to take you through our safety procedures and equipment. As this information is for your benefit,
Before taxi
we
checklist.
ask you to watch and listen carefully.
Anti-ice. Engine anti-ice auto.
Safety cards
Recall.
you'll see
Checked.
stereo should
Outer
be
brake.
seatbelts,
RTO.
aprons,
Flight
oxygen
controls.
masks, and life
Checked.
jackets.
Ground
It also
equipment.
shows the braking
Clear.
position
Before
to
taxi
must adopt
checklist
in an
completed.
emergency landing. In the unlikely event of having to use the escape slide, leave all hand
Ground,
luggage
Air New
behind
Zealand,
and remove
98
high
Heavy,
heel
ready for
shoes
taxi.
as they may tear the slide. Please now ensure that your table is folded away, your seat back is upright with the armrest down and your seat belt fastened.
New Zealand 98
seatbelt
Heavy,
is fastened
runway
and
24
adjusted
left
like this.
taxi via Tango, Sierra 4,
unfastened
Juliet
like
3,
this.
Sierra 1, Romeo, Echo
When the
9,
fasten
Lima,
seatbelt
Juliet
signs are
1,
on,
Alpha 1,
you must go
Alpha,
back to your
Alpha
seat
2.
and fasten your seatbelt securely. For your own comfort and safety, we recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times and visible.
Okay, runway 24
avoid
left,
being disturbed
taxi
in flight.
via Tango, Sierra 4, Juliet 3, Sierra 1, Romeo,
If the cabin air
Echo
supplies
9,
fail, oxygen
Lima,
will be provided.
Juliet 1,
Masks like
Alpha
this
1,
will appear
Alpha,
automatically.
Alpha 2.
Stay
Air
in
New
your seat
Zealand
and blow a
98
mask
Heavy.
towards you.
Jeez, I hope I
This
got
will
that
open your
right.
oxygen supply. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this, and breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it.
Tango, Sierra 4,
Do
Juliet
make
3,
sure your
Sierra
own mask
1,
is fitted before helping anyone else.
H193, contact
Cool.
Kansai Tower,
Romeo,
11.005.
Echo, where the hell is Echo 9? Yeah. Oh, Romeo, Echo 9, Lima, Juliet 1, all the way at the end,
in a double bow at the side.
and then Alpha 1 down there. Okay,
All the
cool.
red toggle is shown. The air can be topped up by
Clear
using the
left.
mouthpiece.
Clear right.
There is a whistle here for attracting attention. Do not inflate your life jacket until you are outside the aircraft. We will supply life cots for babies and life jackets for infants. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, please study the safety card and take
Okay,
notice
here we
of the
go, on our
fasten
way.
seatbelt sign. May we remind you that electrical portable items such as games,
Let me make sure I get this
computing and
right.
word
So it's the
processing
first
equipment
right here
may
onto
interfere with
Sierra
the
4,
aircraft systems
and then left
must
all the
be
way
switched
down
off during
Juliet
takeoff and
3,
landing.
Then first left on Sierra 1, right on Romeo, all the way to not the end, but second to the end. Left all the way down Lima to the end. Cool.
If you have any questions, please ask one of the crew. Thank you.
Yeah, there actually has been quite a lot of traffic moving around, so just keep our eyes open. Right, there's no one coming from that side. Someone taking off. Okay, this is now Juliet 3, so next is left Sierra 1.
Cabin secure.
Oh, this does not look good, this weird routing. Left Sierra 1, right Romeo. So I think we're basically just going behind these parked 737s here. This is so frustrating when this happens. Oh, so that weird turn is correct. Okay. Okay, left Sierra 1, right Romeo. Air China 777. Japan Transocean Air. Okay, Romeo goes down here. This sign on the right here probably shouldn't be there. Okay, 321 this, but it's blank, so I'm not sure which airline. This should all... Oh, it's gone back to pre-flight. There we go. These are all done. Okay, then not the last one. That's Papa, so... past Romeo turning left and then left on Lima, so the middle taxiway. So this is Romeo to the left here. We're on Echo 9 now. Well, once we pass this, so we're kind of now going on to Echo 9. Go left here onto Lima. Down to Juliet 1, which I think is all the way at the end. And Alpha 1 definitely is all the way at the end. We hold short of the runway at Alpha 2. So I need to find that, because I didn't actually look for Alpha 2 at any point. So Lima and Juliet 1 is all the way down here. And then Alpha 1 and then Alpha 2. It's a bit strange. Okay, so we're not going right to the end, we're on this one here. That's fine. What takeoff checklist?
Flaps.
5.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
Nice and simple. Now, the airport actually seems pretty quiet. No one's taking off or landing. Well, most of them were landing on the other runway. There's quite a bit of traffic on the ground here. Bump up the power a bit as we're just going straight along here for quite a while. Forklift is racing along there. Absolutely motoring. Yeah, this is Echo 4, so Juliet 1 is all the way at the end, so that's pretty simple. That windsock says we're taking off exactly from the wrong side. It's weird though, because Simbri planned the runway. I have control.
You have control.
Okay, so basically they want us to go past this taxiway and then turn back onto Alpha 2, because I could go straight through here, but that's not what I got. I need to get to Juliet 1, which is this part here. Now turn.
98 Heavy, contact Kansai Tower 118.05.
118.05, and New Zealand 98 Heavy, good day. Hey, the windsock's fixed. Tower, good morning, and New Zealand 98 Heavy, runway 24 left, ready for departure.
New Zealand 98 Heavy, Kansai Tower, wind 320 at 7, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24 left, and New Zealand 98 Heavy. Clear for takeoff.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Ready.
Ready to go.
Set takeoff thrust.
Thrust set.
All aircraft be advised information November now current. QNH1027.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Autopilot on, please.
New Zealand 98 Heavy. Contact Kansai departure 119.5.
119.5 Air New Zealand 98 Heavy. Good day. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Flaps up.
Negative. Kansai departure
Flaps up.
on 119.5.
119.5 Air New Zealand 98 Heavy. After takeoff checklist.
Landing gear. Up. Flaps. Up. After takeoff checklist completed.
Departure Air New Zealand 98 Heavy, passing 3,000 feet, climbing 6,000.
New Zealand 98 Heavy. Kansai departure. Identified. Climb to flight level 160.
Set flight level 160.
Flight level 1.
Climb to flight level 160 Air New Zealand 98 Heavy. Okay, there we go. A little bit of a windy takeoff, which I wasn't actually expecting that much of a crosswind. But anyway, we are now well on our way, passing 5,500 feet almost, and powering our way out of Japan. Okay, transition is only 14,000 feet. That's crazy. We should start our left-hand turn here shortly. Coming up to 9,000. 10,000 feet, landing lights off, seatbelt signs can come off as well. Okay, actually we're cleared to a flight level, so I guess we can set standard now anyway. There's 10,000 feet.
10,000 release passengers.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome aboard our flight. My name is Kirsty. I'm your cabin
set altimeter to standard.
Standard set and cross-checked.
Vietjet 939, Kansai departure, identified, climb to flight level 160.
Okay, then we are speeding up to our climb speed of 320 knots. Okay, so all that's left for us is to power our way up to our 16,000 foot, which we should get further clearance shortly, and then eventually all the way up to 33,000. So I think I will cut the video here. It's snow. Hectic. I'll cut the video here and then I'll join you guys again when we prep for our descent into Auckland.
Tokyo Control, IBEX 78, flight level 250.
IBEX 78, Tokyo Control, identified.
Okay, so welcome back. We are just descending through 21,000 feet, and we've been through the checklist, got our clearance in, and sorted everything out. So we're about, what, 80 miles? Yeah, about 80 miles from the airport now. And on the Vassive 2 November arrival into New Zealand. For runway 23 left. Interesting, no one else on the frequency. So I don't actually know. I wonder if Beyond ATC uses the real world time for traffic, or if it can actually pull from the sim time. Because we're 10 o'clock UTC. So we're about 11 o'clock, just after 11 o'clock at night here in Auckland. So I would have expected at least a couple of other like international flights coming in, but there's no one else on the frequency at all, and I haven't heard anyone for like the last 2-3 hours. But anyway, we're at auto brake level 2. It's absolutely clear in Auckland this evening, so weather is showing 20 degrees, winds 220 at 12. We're landing runway 23, so I have a little bit of a crosswind component, but mostly headwind, and then no clouds whatsoever. QNH 1021. We've been cleared down to 9,000 feet, as you can see on the MCP, and minimums today, Barrow 223, missed approach altitude 3,000, final approach fix altitude is 3,000 as well. So everything is pretty chilled so far. And we cruised for about 10 hours, just under 10 hours before we started descending. So you can see over there our elapsed time, 9 hours 51. Okay, next waypoint above 8,000 feet. The one after that is above 7, I think. And then only at Vibag do we get 220 knots, 4,000 foot. Our speed is starting to run away a little bit. We should be okay. Transition level today is 14,000 feet, which we're coming up to shortly. And it looks like we're about to make our way. Oh, we're just over the land already now. Start to see some city lights. There's a little bit of cloud out there, which is interesting.
New Zealand 98 Heavy, contact Auckland approach 124.3.
124.3, good night, New Zealand 98 Heavy. Auckland approach, good evening, New Zealand 98 Heavy, passing flight level 140, descending 9,000 feet.
New Zealand 98 Heavy Auckland approach. QNH1021, expect the ILS runway 23 left.
ILS 23 left, QNH 1021, New Zealand 98 Heavy. Set altimeter to 1021.
1022 set and cross-checked.
So I need to figure out how FS Crew actually deals with that, because I think I'm not supposed to click standard. I should just say that, because it keeps setting it back to standard when I do that. So I think I'm not supposed to do anything on that at all. Okay, we actually need to start slowing down here. Approach checklist.
Altimeters.
1021 set.
1021 set. Approach checklist completed.
Okay, as we pass through 11,000 here, we should start slowing down. Although it looks like we're only going to start decelerating over there. I think that that's because it's planning to decelerate from 259 and we're already at 280. So let's get a little bit of speed brake in. This final turn here looks quite tight. So I'm going to want to get the speed and already have like flaps 15 before we do that. Yeah, speed's a bit better now. Coming up to 10,000. There's the speed dropping to 240. And our first officer should turn on the landing lights and stuff as we pass 10,000 feet.
New Zealand 98 Heavy, descend to 8,000 feet. QNH 1021.
Descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1021, New Zealand 98 Heavy.
Cabin crew prepare for landing.
Gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you're making a connecting flight, please see the customer service agent meeting this flight or the video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the
let's
cabin
just
to
check
secure the landing.
that. What does that
We'll
say?
collect any
IMG?
newspapers and any other items that you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic
No,
devices.
this one.
Throw these devices within all other carry-on items. Please use caution
IMG, cool,
when opening
that's
the
correct.
overhead bin, as items may have shifted during our flight. Please don't
1,000 to go.
Return your seats to their upright position and check the continuity of the seat. We'll be landing shortly.
Should get a, there we go, further descent.
Descend to 3,000 feet.
Descent to 3,000 feet, New Zealand 98 Heavy. Okay, this is 230 exactly, that's awesome. Okay, cabin ready. I'm going to start changing the speed here.
In a few minutes, we'll be passing through the cabin with landing cards.
We need to be below 210 knots here.
So you are not unnecessarily delayed at passport control. If you are familiar
There's
with
no
the
actual
airport,
speeds on
you'll
here, but
find full details
I don't want to
of the
make this turn
situated
very
in the
fast. I need to have
view.
flaps and stuff out already,
We'd like to remind passengers
so we can get the gear
smoking is
down in
only
time,
permitted within the terminal in
and well,
designated
stabilized in
areas.
time actually.
Please ensure
Flaps
you
one.
take all personal
Flaps
items
one.
and hand baggage with you. Should you have any further concerns, please don't hesitate to ask a member of the crew or the ground
Flaps
staff
five.
upon arrival.
Flaps
We'll be happy to assist you. And ladies and gentlemen, as we are approaching our destination, if you have any last-minute purchases that you'd like to make before we close the duty-free bar, please notify a member of the cabin crew immediately. Thank you.
We're a little high now because of that slowdown, but we should catch up. See the runway. I don't actually see anything. Yeah, just one patch of cloud there, even though it's reported as being totally clear. Yeah, we're catching back up to our vertical profile, so that's good.
All aircraft be advised information Lima now current. QNH1021.
This is the airport here. Yeah, Lima current 1021, which is what we're on already. Okay, we can arm the speed brake. So I kind of want to have the gear down before Oreso, which is 4 miles after MRAG, where we make the turn. I think that's doable.
New Zealand 98 Heavy. Cleared direct MRAG. Cross MRAG at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 23 left.
Direct MRAG, cross MRAG at or above 3,000, and cleared for the ILS 23 left. New Zealand 98 Heavy. So I'm actually not going to do flaps 15 because it's gear down flaps 20 at the same time. So we'll do that once we make this turn here. But that looks like we're going to make that turn neatly onto the to line up with the runway, so we should be good. Okay, localize is alive, glide slope is alive. We're still above the glide slope slightly. That should change about now.
1,000 to go.
Okay, we're pretty much on the glide slope. That's on the approach. Gear down, flaps 20.
Gear down. Flaps 20.
New Zealand 98 Heavy. Contact Auckland Tower 118.7. Have a good evening.
98.7, good evening, New Zealand 98 Heavy.
Final fix, 3,000 feet.
Tower, good evening, New Zealand 98 Heavy, ILS 23 left. Okay, 147.
Radar altimeter
Heavy, Auckland Tower. Wind 200 and 12, runway 23 left, clear to land.
23 left, clear to land, New Zealand 98 Heavy. Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Landing checklist.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
30.
Landing checklist completed.
There we go, all sorted for the landing. And we are 5 miles out now. Land 3, but we're not gonna do an auto land, obviously. We are cleared. So the last thing I should do quickly is just sort this out. Normally park up there, so we'll probably vacate Alpha 9 and then see what they give us. Okay, 1,000 feet, stable.
$1,000 stable.
1,000.
Landing.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Minimums.
Continue.
Brake up. No reversers. ICAS auto brake. 60 knots.
New Zealand 98 Heavy, exit right at Alpha 9.
Right on Alpha 9, New Zealand 98 Heavy.
Check speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and the entire crew, we'd like to welcome you to our
New
destination.
Zealand 98 Heavy,
For your safety, please remain seated with your
121.9,
seatbelt
bye-bye.
fastened, leaving all items of hand luggage safely stowed until the seatbelt sign
121.9, New
has
Zealand
been
98
switched
Heavy.
off.
Bye-bye.
Before you leave the aircraft, please ensure you have all your personal items and hand luggage with you. Please be careful when opening overhead lockers as items
Good
may
evening,
fall out,
New Zealand
causing
98
injury.
Heavy. taxi to assigned stand.
Smoking is not permitted until you've reached a designated smoking area. If you require assistance when you leave the aircraft, please contact a
New
member
Zealand
of our ground
98
staff.
Heavy. Gate 21
If
taxi
you're
via
connecting to another
Alpha
flight
8,
today,
Alpha
hold a boarding
Bravo.
card and transfer wallet advising you of your departure terminal.
Gate 21
Please
via
follow
Alpha
the
8,
signs to
Alpha
flight
Bravo.
connections.
New Zealand 98
This will
Heavy.
lead you on to your departure terminal, and please check your gate number in the departure lounge. To avoid missing your onward flight,
Okay, so
we strongly
he actually
recommend
told
that
us
you
to
go
vacate
straight
at
to
Alpha
your
9.
departure
We went off at
terminal.
Alpha 8.
For those of you who
So,
do not have a boarding
Alpha
card,
8,
please go
Alpha,
directly to the flight connections desk.
and Bravo
Once
is
again,
down
ladies and
here.
gentlemen, on behalf of the entire airline,
But Bravo goes
thank you
all the
very
way
much for
along
choosing
here.
to fly with us today, and
So we
hope
need to
see
see
you again
where-
in the near future. Thank you.
Gate 21 is. So gate 21, I think it's here. Which doesn't really make sense that we should be on the international terminal. I don't actually think we are. Okay, we're gonna have to look at the parking stands. So 21 is over there. Okay, so we're gonna go here and then in that side. Right, so it's that little bit there. Right, so we need to turn right here. So it's not really where we should be parking. So we should be at the international terminal. Anyway, I guess it's not the end of the world. So I still have my reverse toggle. I thought I fixed it last time. I had the same issue in the previous 777 flight, where the reverse just doesn't actually switch on. So I still need to figure that out. Yeah, I'm just looking at Beyond ATC's map, and gate 21 is nowhere near this 21. It's actually further down. So they've got gate 21 in here somewhere. So we'll follow Beyond ATC, because otherwise I'm just worried we get to the actual gate 21 and there's an aircraft in it. Whereas Beyond ATC should put us in an open gate. The gates actually look pretty weird on Beyond ATC's map. They don't really match what I'm seeing here at all. So we need to take this next left. So that puts us on Bravo, if I remember correctly. we go immediately right. Not this one, but the next gate. Here. Parking in sight.
Taxi light off.
Okay, that's an issue. Set taxi light on. Taxi light on. It's weird actually. Auckland's a big airport, there's no lights at all. Taxi light off. Shutdown checklist.
Hydraulic panel set. Fuel pumps off. Flaps.
Up.
Parking brake.
Set.
Fuel control switches.
Cuts off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Off. Shutdown checklist completed.
Okay, there we are. Safely arrived. And I just park kind of skew because there's no lights here. Also, we're far too big for this parking bay. We should have been way out there. So Beyond ACC still has some things to sort out, but I think that might actually be an issue with the scenery. I mean, there's no lights or anything here. This is crazy, and the gates obviously aren't labeled correctly. And Beyond ACC has said if they get incorrect data from the scenery in the sim, there's nothing they can do about it, which kind of makes sense. But we really can't see anything out here actually, so let's maybe just jump back aboard. But anyway, that is going to bring us to the end of this flight. I really need to get my reversers to work on the 777, although with a nice long runway, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, that is going to bring us to the end of today's video. As always, if you made it all the way to this point, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do down below, and I'll see you in the next one.